Hey, what's up? What's going on? My name is Sabrina and welcome back to the channel. Here in the Better You community, we talk about all things self-growth and spirituality, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 mental shifts to make in 2023 for visionaries for your best year yet. And before I get into this video, I did want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, which is me, and say that if you are wanting to collapse time and expand into the vision that you have for yourself, I am taking on clients for one-on-one mentorship, where we will be working closely together to create your ideal reality. The clients who work with me on this private level end up shifting into careers that they feel passionate about, they radiate radical confidence, and they tap into higher levels of happiness, fulfillment, and peace than they ever have before. Since this is working together on such a close level, I only work with ambitious women who are ready to take relentless action towards their desire and towards a life that they knew was possible for them, women who are good-hearted and open-minded. The application for that will be in the link below if you're interested. And with that being said, let's get into it. And if you see my cat moving over here, that's Louie. He loves to be very active. So, introducing Louie. Okay, anyway, so as we know, 99% of why you may not be where you're at is because of some sort of mental restriction. It's because you may not believe that it's possible for you, or that you don't think you're good enough to do it, or you have mental resistance and you self-sabotage towards taking the action towards it, right? The list can go on, which is why I felt called to share with you 5 mental shifts that you can make, because who doesn't want this year to be the year that they make their vision a reality? Other people are out here doing it, you can too. So the first shift to make on your perspective on life is life gets to get better and better and better. Your best days are still yet to come. And I really love thinking in this way, because if you think about it, if you are on this self-awareness, self-growth journey, which if you're on my channel, I'm willing to bet that you are, but you will just constantly keep becoming more and more self-aware, which will lead you to have constant growth and expansion. You'll just continue to keep rising up on the vibrational scale, which I'll show you over here, but as you continue to rise up the vibrational scale, you only feel better and better, right? Like the emotions that go up the vibrational scale are only better feeling emotions and better feeling emotions. And as you go up that vibrational scale, your external circumstances, right? Because as within, so without, our internal state depicts our external reality. As you continue to rise up on the vibrational scale, your external reality will only continue to get better. Like as long as you keep working on your beliefs and your energy, you will keep creating amazing things in your life. You will only get better at feeling what energy you need to be in order to manifest things into fruition. You will only keep getting richer. You will only keep creating more love. You will only keep experiencing more freedom in your life. And it's like when you first get introduced to the law of attraction and you have all of these like really big problems in your life that makes you feel like the world's about to end. But then as you become more self-aware and you begin to work through these things and doing the inner work and healing from certain things, the bigger problems get smaller and the smaller problems disappear. And not to say that you won't ever just not have any problems, and we don't even have to necessarily label them as problems, because I do believe that we will always have some sort of like challenge in our life to help us create more expansion, you know? Like there has to be some kind of friction, but it can be positive friction to keep expanding into higher realms. But your quote unquote problems will continue to get better. And if you haven't seen this already, like you will as you continue to do the inner work and you reflect and you work on these things inside of you, like you feel so much better. Your outside reality will reflect that. Things start to flow more effortlessly, and as you continue to do this work, it'll just continue to flow even more and more and more effortlessly. So like instead of stressing out about paying rent that month, you're wondering which flight you should take. Instead of experiencing self-sabotage and feeling frustration within yourself that you've been like out of the gym for 2 months or something, like that was your problem before, now your quote unquote problem is wondering which days of the week that you're now going to fit in dance class when you're not in the gym because you love being active so much. You know, like you still have these like things to like deal with and challenges per se, but the problems are much less big. Your problems get so much better as you continue down this path. Life just gets to get better and better when you do this work, and it's incredible. So no more thinking and stressing about the future, because You know it's gonna get better. You know it's gonna be better than where you're at right now. Know that, see that, feel that. Feel so optimistically about your future. And when you think about your future and any kind of stress or anxiety might come up, I want you to ask yourself, where is that coming from? Right? And like, let's work through this. This is like the work that I'm talking about. Address that fear, that worry, really like work through whatever limiting belief might be coming up and like causing this fear in you. And then tap back into this knowing that it gets to get better. The second mental shift you need to make in 2023 is that everything is happening for me and not to me. So I was doing a workshop the other day recently for this fitness group that I've been doing mindset coaching for. And I was talking about the victim mindset versus the hero mindset, which when you are in a victim mindset, you are placing your power outside of yourself. You are saying, this thing is happening to me. I can't create what I want because of this person, because of this event, because of this circumstance. I can't do what I want. I can't be who I want to be because of something else outside of me. And I use the example of when, I used to be in a really bad victim mindset. That's why I'm really aware of this concept and really want to make sure that this perspective gets to so many people, because for like 21 years of my life, I was in a victim mindset. So if you didn't know, I was raised as one of 7 kids. We barely had any money. We were like the charity house of the neighborhood and of the town. People would always be dropping off bags of groceries and bags of clothes to our front door. One year we were like the charity of this church's like Christmas, and we got all of our Christmas presents came from the church, which like God bless those people. But I ended up growing up thinking like, all these other kids have it better than me. All of my peers, like all of the students that were around me, like had it so much easier. My life is so hard. They can just ask their parents for things and they get it. I have to work 10 times harder for what I want because I don't have the money that they do and I don't have the support system that they do. And I was in a very victim mindset. Like, I can't have this. I can't be this because of my circumstance. But then when I learned about the law of attraction, my entire perspective started to shift. And it was when I was about 21, 22-ish is when I started to really develop this mindset of these things didn't happen to me. These things, yeah, they made me like feel weak in the moment, but they inevitably are going to help me grow. I started to shift my mindset into really like reframing this circumstance that I was in. And I started to think like, you know what? My success story is going to be 10 times greater because of where I started out. And I now value money so much more. I respect money and I'm good with money now because I had that kind of upbringing. And I made my story serve me rather than hurt me. I turned my pain into power. It's switching this is happening to me to this is happening for me. And I truly am now so grateful for my upbringing when that was something that I had to do a lot of healing around. I didn't just grow up poor. There were a lot of other things that went into it. Like my parents split and there was a lot of drama and there was just a lot going on that I won't get into. But needless to say, this circumstance that I felt such a victim to is now something that I can feel incredibly grateful for because I shifted my mindset around it, because I shifted how I viewed it, and I decided to turn this into something that was going to serve me. And now I can really see how it's made me into the person that I am today. Feeling very humble, feeling very grateful, and feeling very open-hearted and having such compassion to helping others. And I was still able to create the things despite my upbringing. So I just want to ask you, what area of your life may you be taking more of a victim role in? And really be like radically honest with yourself here. Like, where in your life may you be telling yourself that you can't be or do something because of something outside of yourself? And then how can you switch that to the hero mindset? How can you switch that to, this is not happening to me, this is happening for me. Like, this is here to serve me. This is here to strengthen me, to shift my perspective in some way, to help me learn some lesson that I need to learn so that I can be the person that I want to be. All right, and the third mindset shift is also kind of just like a way of being, but it's being really proactive in life. We do not need to wait for shit to hit the fan for us to make a move. And I'm gonna say that again. We do not have to wait for shit to hit the fan for us to make a move. when a shift in life is needed, the universe will give us like a little tap on the shoulder and will be like, hey, like, you should look here, or you should do this, or you should stop doing that, or whatever. It'll be like a little tap. And then we're like, oh yeah, cool idea. Okay, cool. And then a couple weeks go by and the universe is tapping you a little harder and it's like, hey, like this would really benefit you to be doing this. I'm showing you this thing. And we're like, okay, yeah, I'll do it soon. Then the universe gives us like a shove and is like, I'm going to make you uncomfortable until this shift is made. And then we're like, but I feel resistance. I don't want to do this. This feels really hard. And then if we still don't make the shift we need to, it's like hitting a brick wall, you know? And if you've experienced this, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, where things come tumbling down. You're like scrambling to pick up your pieces and then you end up doing the thing, but feeling really low in the moment. And you're like, man, if I had only done this thing a month ago when I felt called to, like I would be in such a higher place right now. But here I am, still on the path to success, to expansion, to more personal growth. But now I'm like kicked down because I wasn't being proactive, because I waited until the last minute. And then now you have to pick yourself back up and it can just become like a really vicious cycle, which a lot of us, I found, have really almost become, our bodies have almost become like addicted to this vicious cycle because of the stress in some sense. So you often will do this on an unconscious level too, which the body gets addicted to stress when it's used to feeling stress throughout its upbringing or simply through like generationally. And working with a lot of my clients and the students that go through my program, I have found that a lot of people are really struggling with that, how their bodies are addicted to this stress. And it can be kind of a difficult cycle to get out of, which is why I focus so heavily on retraining like the nervous system and retraining your emotional cycles. And so your body isn't addicted to this stress and adrenaline. It's more so getting addicted to like feeling good, feeling peace, feeling ease. That's why my program, Unleash Your Life, the tagline for it is expand into your vision and live in ecstasy, because I want you guys to really like live in that ecstasy, for your body to really get used to feeling that good feeling, you know? Anyway, I'm getting off topic. When you become aware, you know, awareness is the first step to all change. You can then notice when you tend to put things off, or just be more aware of when you get those little nudges and just being more intentional to be more proactive, you know, to help break yourself out of that cycle, so that you don't have to wait for that shove or that brick wall moment. And being proactive is really just being very aware of the thoughts that you're having, making sure that your overall thoughts and energy are still going down the path that you want to, making sure that when you start to fall down a path that isn't serving you, that you just like quickly scoot yourself back on, you know, rather than waiting until you're way off in left field and then you're like dragging yourself back on. And it's also being super in tune with your intuition and really listening to those intuitive nudges that you get and taking action on them when you get them. And if you want to learn more about tapping into the intuition, how to tap into your intuition, I can link a video above that I made recently on some ways that you can do that. But being proactive, this mental shift in your way of living will shift everything for you. Everything, I'm telling you. Like, imagine how much faster your rate of growth will be when instead of you're going like up and then hard dip down, up and then hard dip down, you're going up, little dip down, up, little dip down, because there are going to be, you know, little fluctuations. It is what it is. It's life. We're human. We all go in cycles. But when we can stop ourselves from going to such a hard dip, we can move at such a faster rate, okay? And now the fourth mindset shift that I want to share with you guys is looking through everything through the eyes or through the lens of love. How can you look at your circumstance through the eyes of love, through the eyes of the universe? When a troll leaves a comment on your post, or when somebody cuts you off in traffic, instead of getting annoyed and angry, ask yourself, how can I come at this through the lens of love? And you can do this by start entertaining thoughts that are more along the lines of, you know, this person is projecting their nasty in the comments of my post. If they're projecting, if this gunk is coming out of them, they must be in so much pain. They must be feeling really low, you know? And kind of having a more compassionate feel to it, of being like, I'm gonna send this person love. Instead of getting annoyed and angry and like triggered by it, instead looking at that and being like, I'm gonna send this person love because they obviously need it, and then just like leaving it be. Same thing with the person that cut you off in traffic. You know, think to yourself, this person is driving really aggressively. They might have a lot of anger pent up in them. Who knows if it was from like childhood? Who knows what they're going through right now? Who knows if they're trying to get to the hospital because a loved one has their life on the line? Like, you don't know their situation. And instead of getting annoyed and angry, we can then look through a lens of love and being like, I don't know what this person is going through, but I'm sending them love, you know. And through the law of karma, through sending this love to these different people, through looking at the things through the lens of love, you're only creating more positive karma for yourself. You're only creating more goodness for yourself when you do things this way and look at things this way. It's constantly looking at others with love and compassion rather than judgment. And it's also looking at yourself with more love and compassion rather than judgment. You know, like, how many of us are so freaking hard on ourselves? Give yourself a break. Like, it's okay. You're doing the best you can. Whatever you're going through right now, it's okay. It will be okay. It will all work out. How can you begin to show yourself this love and compassion towards yourself? How can you be that loving parent that you've always needed to yourself? Start talking to yourself like you would talk to your best friend. Be there for yourself. Have your own back. Care for yourself emotionally and mentally and spiritually. Look at yourself in the mirror and show yourself some gratitude. And just imagine what happens on an energetic level when you do this. You're integrating and transmuting all of that shame and guilt and judgment and anger and all of those lower vibrational feelings that you're feeling towards yourself, that you're feeling towards other people. You're taking that, you're transmuting it to love. Like, your vibration it's going up there. You heal on so many deep levels. You begin to see life with a much more lighthearted and childlike viewpoint. You create so much joy and you attract your desires to you so much faster because of that. Like, it's life-changing, truly. All right, and the last but not least mindset shift for 2023 is to know that you have all of the answers you need already within you. If you feel stuck and if you are trying to like call other people and ask them what you should be doing with your life, I want you to ask yourself, what should you be doing? Because truly only you know best. You have your inner guidance system within you that's like a compass guiding you where you're meant to go. Your own emotions are indications that are showing you where you're in and out of alignment and where you're off track and where you're on track. Other people could tell you, like, yeah, go ahead and take this job. I think it'd be good for you. But when you constantly listen to other people's advice rather than your own, you're like losing trust in yourself. And not to say that you can't take action on other people's ideas that they have for you or other people's suggestions that they have for you, but it's to make sure that you are still constantly checking in with yourself. How do I truly feel about this? Do I actually feel aligned with this? Being in a relationship with this person, having this thing in my life, doing this thing this way, does that feel good to me? Does that feel in alignment with me? Do I see myself doing this? And taking the should out of it, you know, not telling yourselves, oh, like I feel like I should be doing this, but what do you actually feel called to do? What do you actually feel aligned with doing? Like, I can give you all of the suggestions in the world, but only you know what is best for you. And that's magic, baby. Don't be sleeping on your power and your own personal guidance. You know, really trust that, really work to build that up. And again, if you're wanting to work on building up your intuitive muscle, check out that video that I'll have for you linked below too. But know that you have the answers within you, okay? Go ahead and leave a butterfly emoji in the comments below if you made it this far in the video. I hope this was helpful for you in any way. Again, if you're interested in one-on-one mentorship, go ahead and apply with the link in the description below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment and let me know what you liked about it. Share this with anyone you feel may want to hear it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.